Hi, this is Jill from Fabric Garden, and it is time for month 4 of Hey Violet. This month is super simple for you guys. I really don't have a whole lot to say about it. You're only making 2 different kinds of units. Now, when you look at this, it looks like it's a super complicated block, doesn't it? It really looks like you did a whole lot of work. But this is just 4 patches, which is 4 little squares sewn together, and it is half square triangles. That is the only units in here. So probably the trickiest part is just making sure you've got the right batik in the right spot, because you can see fabric placement does a lot of work here. So this block has 3 different colorations of 4 patches that go through the center, and then it has a light 4 patch up at the very top and a darker one at the bottom. So this block kind of is dark at the bottom, light at the top, so just watch your fabrics. And then in terms of half square triangles, there are just 2 different colorings. There is this very light coloring, and there's this very dark coloring. So you will use your, the pattern has you using a strip piecing technique for doing your 4 patches. So you will sew 2 strips together, 2 strips together, subcut them, and then you will sew the little pairs together. Super simple, nice color pictures in your pattern, which really helps to help pick the right batik. And your half square triangles, you're using the traditional method of marking a line diagonally across the back, or if you own a magic wand, you could mark your sewing lines with that, sewing right sides together, cutting it apart, pressing, and then you will be trimming to size, because your cutting is a little oversized for your half square triangles, so you will give them a quick trim after you've pressed. Now, talking about pressing, I will give a couple of little pressing tips. And you know, it doesn't really talk too much about pressing in here. I made the decision on my half square triangles to press them open, but they really aren't matching up with anything. So if you prefer to press to one side, that is perfectly fine. And on the 4 patches, when I sewed my strips, I pressed to the dark. And then when I sewed them together, I did, you can see here, I spun my seam. So that makes a little mini 4 patch in the middle, and it presses opposite side. And I find this gives a flatter finish. Now, sometimes when I do this spinning, it can be problematic with nesting seams, but these are not meeting up with another seam. So it makes this center of your 4 patch like super flat and nice. And it's really pretty easy. When you've sewn the seam and you haven't pressed, you just give a little boop with your fingers. It only will go one way. And sometimes I will come in with my seam ripper and rip that one little seam that didn't go, and then I press. And I think it gave a super nice flat finish to my block, but there's no wrong way to press this. Once I sewed my rows together, I did find that pressing away from the center row up and down, that's really the way the fabric wanted to go. And sometimes when you're pressing, the fabric will tell you which way to go, because it won't like to press another way. And I think you know, it came out really nice. So this month you are making, how many of these are you making? You are making 8 of these, but no difficult sewing here, super basic quilting, but yet your block looks like you did some amazing stuff. I love it when it's easy and it looks like I'm some sort of an expert. So have fun making your month 4 blocks. And of course, if you're cutting or sewing and you have a question, give us a call here at the shop. I'm here most days. Sometimes Monday is a day I alternate on and off. Same with Saturday. So if I work Saturday, I take Monday off. And if I take Saturday off, I'm here on Monday. So, but yeah, so if you have a question, give me a call, but have fun making your month 4 blocks. Thanks for joining us to make this beautiful quilt.